And then I'm going to bring a little bit in here, and this time I'm bringing the wrist down this way. Then I'm going to put a sleeve on him like he's wearing a suit coat. So what happens is it's kind of this oval that comes around, stops there. And I'm going to put a little bit of a shirt on there. And I'm going to put another sleeve on the outside, like the suit coat. So that's another kind of circle around the outside there. Let's put a button. And then this is a suit coat, because it's going to be thicker, you kind of come up and then draw like this, but you can put a little bit of an edge around it like this, come down. So it's kind of coming off like that. So this is another way to do your thumb, a different angle for the wrist. Kind of gives you some ideas what you can do with that. What I can do is I'm going to have just a pencil in his hand. Say for instance he were an accountant and you want to put something in his hand. So what I'm going to do is I start out with 4 lines off the top of his hand like this. It's going to be a big pencil. Thin spot here, kind of a rectangle, a little bit of an eraser on the top. You can draw a shadow on the side. And then at the bottom, I'm going to have just this little piece. If I would have done it earlier, I would have left the bottom open here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the umbrella lines like this. Then it comes down to a point, down to a point. And then you draw the lead. Just kind of a curve here. Leave a little highlight on the side, and you can shade it in. So you can think of all the different things that your guy would be holding to show who he is. If he's a tennis player, you put a tennis racket in there. If it's a dentist, he might have a pair of those plier type things to pull a tooth. A doctor might have a stethoscope. Just a lot of different things that you can put in the hand of the person you're drawing. Let's say you want to have an open hand like this. In a cartoon hand, they don't necessarily show all the joints in the fingers, but you'll show kind of a big things. The very first part is the palm. What I do is I kind of darken that in, almost this trapezoid shape. It comes across like this. And then you kind of draw these fingers in here like this. Kind of a long oval shape down here, and then we're going to connect them all, and then the wrist comes off like this. Now let's darken this in. So what happens is, over here with the thumb, you follow around the thumb, and if you want to put just, this is going to be the knuckle, and this is your thumbnail right here. You can put that in there. And in here, what I do is I curve this way and put 2 wrinkles like that. Then up here, come up here, draw this finger in here, but then here, stretch it and connect it to the hand like this. You can put 2 wrinkles right there. Then here, same thing, you kind of come back. And by the way, do you see how this finger and this finger are about the same size, but this is a little bigger because it's your middle finger, and then you got your ring finger, your pinky, and then put 2 wrinkles there. Then this one, same thing, come back, stretch it, connect it to your hand, your palm there, put 2 wrinkles there, and then down here, same thing. Kind of come back, put your 2 wrinkles there, and then follow around your palm this way, but when you come to your wrist, kind of curve it, come up here like this, and you can come on down like this. And what I do is I put a T in here. It kind of shows the different parts of the hand. So it's like this part right here with the palm coming down here. And this is how you can draw an open hand. And in here, you might even have a little tendon that comes down like that. So this gives you the idea of how to do a hand. And this is an open hand. Next, if somebody were to be spinning a basketball on the end of his finger, I want to show you how to set up the hand this way. So this is going to be the last hand I show you before we go to the cartoon that you're going to be setting up. So first thing you do is you get your palm shape in there. Let's go this way, that kind of trapezoid shape, like this. Then 3 fingers that are folded over, 1, 2, 3. The thumb's going to be a little different here because what's going to happen is you come up with your thumb here, kind of covering over the big finger, but then there's a knuckle that you've got to kind of build this almost mountain up over and then come down to here like this, and you kind of follow it like this. The finger that comes up here is going to be off the side a little bit. Stretch it down and connect it. Then we're going to darken this in. The closest part to you is what you darken in first, and that's going to be your thumb. So what happens is you come up here, and I'm going to show you how to do the thumbnail here. Thumbnail comes down like this. So it's a kind of stretched out rectangle, and then you put your finger, the bottom of your finger in like this, and stop there. Then draw underneath, get those lines where the thumb folds are there. And let's darken in the edge, this knuckle that's on the thumb over here. Kind of comes down like this. And let's bring that up into here so you can kind of see some of the palm there. The next finger, it's going to be your middle finger. So let's get that kind of coming up over top and come down like this and put 2 wrinkles on the top. The finger next to it. With the wrinkles on the bottom and the top. And the pinky. Darken that in. Let's just put the wrinkles on the bottom of that one. Now let's do this finger here. So you're going to come over the top, darken this in, stretch it, come touch your hand, come down, touch your hand, and put 2 wrinkles underneath there. Now, the other side of the palm, this time I'm going to curve it in here like this, then your wrist comes off like that, and this wrist comes off like this, and the tendon in the middle of the wrist like that. If you have a ball that's spinning on the top, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw the bottom of the ball kind of like this, and it's not even touching the finger, but you would draw the whole ball, and I'll show you real quick after I get done with this how I would do the ball. But like the ball would be coming across like this, and you can draw vibration lines by putting those like this, this, and even your finger has some vibration lines. Let me show you how to draw a basketball. Start with a circle. Just say it's like this. So what you start, you darken it after you get it drawn like this. Then, if you take kind of put a curved line down like this, and then another line that comes down like this and like this. This line has this circle that kind of comes up like that. This one has one that goes down here like this. And now we can darken that in. So let's darken in that center curved line that comes across like this. Let's darken in this one. Coming down, touches here. And get this line that comes around like this. Comes up. This one that curves down here comes up like this in the center of that here. And let's put your vibration lines on here. There's one more thing I want to show you about this basketball is if it's spinning, you have these orbit lines that come around that kind of show that it's got these spins. So it's going to be like this, kind of come around like that. For your final cartoon, we're going to give you an A4 piece of paper. And the head should pretty much fill the paper. It should be about this size. This is an A4 size piece of paper. You're going to draw the shoulders, the hand, whatever the props you're going to need to show who it is. If he's a chef, you might put a hat on him, have a bunch of stuff cooking in the background. If he's an airplane pilot, you might put a steering wheel in his hand, put an aviator's cap on him. Doctor, you might have the stethoscope around his neck with a kind of the medical robe. Just all the different kind of things. But I want you to brainstorm and figure out what you would like to do. You could do an occupation, a hobby, a sport, and there's just a lot of different things that you could do. But this is going to be the basic setup for your final cartoon. You draw it out lightly and then darken it in and color it in with colored pencils. And I'll try to find some examples that I can show you of some ideas what students have done so far.